I'm Laura Ray, and today I'm going to be ranking some of my Amazon purchases. I purchase a lot of beauty and lifestyle products from Amazon. It's so convenient. I have Prime shipping. I don't have to go out in crowds to shop. The items are just delivered to the house. So it's so convenient. I buy a lot, and so I thought it would be perfect to rank some of them. I have some skincare to share with you, some makeup, and the look I'm wearing right now was created with the products that I'm going to share. Let's start off with something I used to use and had not used in a long time, and now I'm wondering why. Because it's the Colorescience Broad Spectrum Sunscreen. It's a 50 plus, and this has a tint. Now, I have done videos before where I've shown the new CoverGirl, the sort of skincare foundation all-in-one. That didn't work for me at all, but this is similar with it turning the color. It starts off white, but it's got like these color beads in it, and then all of a sudden you have your color. And this one has worked amazing for me. I have replaced foundation. Today I'm not wearing any foundation except a powder I'll talk about soon. And I am just loving it. I've got enough coverage like I would with a foundation, but I'm getting the 50 plus sunscreen. So when I think of all the other tinted sunscreens I've used, I would have to say this ranks up there with the best. So I'm going to give it an S for that reason, which means the best. It is pricey. That's the only regret, but other than that, I think of it like I'm getting sunscreen and foundation all in one, so I'm eliminating a product, which I love. I don't have to worry if the makeup is sitting right on the sunscreen because I'm only using one product. This brand, Colorescience, is such a reliable, trustworthy brand. I really like them, so I'm going to give it an S. I read about this product in an article, and I'm not opening it for good reason. It's called Candy Bella. This has been all over the internet as a mattifier, a replacement for powder. Now, I am a big fan of the Mally Poreless Face Defender. My mom and I have used that for years. I love it for taking the shine off my face. I have combination skin, so I still get oily in the nose especially. My makeup wears off there quickly. It gets shiny there quickly, and I still get shiny right here in the forehead. So I thought this would be a great replacement. I opened it up when it came, and instantly I had some reaction to a chemical they're using in this product. I've had a couple of you write me and say how much you love this and I should try it, and I already had it. Now, the reaction I had was just instantly stopped up, like my sinuses closed down and I felt like it was sort of difficult to breathe. And so there's something in this that I'm reacting to. It had a smell almost like crayons. So even if I didn't have that reaction of the, closing of the sinuses, I would have not liked it because it smelled like old crayons. So for that reason, I have to give this product an F. Next, I want to talk about Laura Geller powder. This is my older one here, the Bake Balance Color Correcting. You can see I've worn off the Laura Geller. I really have enjoyed this. And I also bought the Illuminating foundation. Now, to me, that has a little bit of sparkle in it, a little bit of, iridescence that I think looks better on my cheeks. So I love that to layer on top of the cheeks to give a little more highlight. Recently, I bought these puffs. We'll try it with that. Would you believe over 5 million sets of these have been sold? I thought that was amazing. That just shows you when they're selling that much, this is pretty popular. They're very soft. I like how my fingers go through it. And you can see it applies the Laura Geller so beautifully on the cheeks. This is a great way that I sort of bronze up my face without it being that noticeable. So I love this for that. But for the covering of any foundation or sunscreen. I love this for covering my sunscreen. I liked the color correcting version of her foundation. I think this is just perfect for what I need. It gives me more of a satin / matte finish that I'm looking for. I don't want to look too sparkly. But if you're looking for something that would just sort of bronze up your face and add some glow, then I think the one that is the Illuminating foundation is just awesome. Now, as far as her foundation, she has 9 different shades now. In the ingredient deck, you have vitamin C, white tea extract, and she says to swirl it on the face. I like to take the puffs and just press it into the skin. I feel that helps eliminate some of the look of my pores here that are a little bit larger. So that's how I like to apply it. But these can be used wet or dry like I'm using here. And I just think they're so perfect. With the little strap here, it makes it a lot easier to hold than other puffs. Over my lifetime, I've used hundreds of powders, and I'm not really a powder person, so it's hard to impress me with a powder. I don't like a cakey look. The Laura Geller is not cakey at all, and so I have to rank it as an S, one of the best. I think it's great because you can use it as a foundation if you like a powder foundation, or you can use it on top of sunscreen, on top of liquid. I also find if I reapply it during the day, it doesn't build up and look cakey, and that's pretty hard to find a powder that does that. So for that reason, I'm giving it an S. Let's rank these Pimoy puffs. I love this shape better than the round. I like the point because if you do want to get up under the eyes, it's so easy. I like that these are super affordable. I can't believe the price. This is how they come in a set. I got a set of 6 for such an affordable price. I've tried lots of these puffs, some of the expensive ones, more affordable ones, and I think these rank right up there. The only thing is you would need to get, if you're going to carry it in your purse, maybe a separate little case, and I've bought some of those on Amazon where they're just in a little case to carry in my purse. I have to give this an S because I think it's one of the best puffs I've ever used, and also the price is amazing. Let's talk about lips. I've mentioned before how much I love these butter lip conditioners from Physicians Formula. They come in 3 shades. I have 2 of them here today, the Brazilian Berry and the Beach Bronze. I also have the pink one somewhere here in my makeup stash. But these are gorgeous. Are they long-lasting? They're not a long-lasting lip conditioner, but I will say this, as it wears off, my lips still feel really hydrated. So I love that. They aren't long-lasting. I think the packaging is great on these. It's really sturdy. It's cute. You can see the color very clearly, so I know which one's which without looking for the shade name on it. So for that, I think they did great with the packaging. The product is great. The only thing I would change is the scent. Now, some of you will love it. It is that coconutty type of scent. I'm very scent sensitive. I can still wear these. I can't wear some of the other products Physicians Formula makes. They're just too heavily scented. And then again, just like the Candy Bella I talked about, it just shuts my nose down. It makes it feel like it's harder to breathe. So I'm just very sensitive to fragrance in products. So I don't even wear perfume anymore. I've given that up. And I have to just be very careful what I use. So for that reason, if this didn't have that scent in it, I would have given this an S because I think it's a great product. But for me, I'm going to give it an A. It really is a fabulous product. I know the scent won't bother most people. It dissipates after you have it on. I do want to mention that. Like right now, I'm not smelling anything. I just smell the scent right when I put it on, but it goes away shortly after. So if it had something a little less fragrant, I would have given it an S, but I'm giving it an A. I recently bought this eye palette from NYX, and for many of you, you probably have drawers full of neutrals, so this might not interest you. But for me, I think it's amazing because it just seems to have the perfect shades, and I haven't even used all of them yet. I've mainly stuck with these first couple rows here, but I'm excited to dip into these. Now, I did use the deeper shade as eyeliner one day. I was using that, and it worked beautifully. But this palette is under $20. The quality of these shadows is amazing. Now, as far as packaging, it's pretty heavy. It's the typical NYX packaging. So I guess they could step it up on that. It's not the prettiest to look at, but the product inside is phenomenal. These blend easily. They're a tad bit powdery, but not any more so than any other shadows that I use, even high end. I love how there's an amazing mix of matte and shimmers. This is one of the best drugstore palettes I've ever used, ever in my whole life. Now, the only thing I would downgrade them on is it's a little pricier. It's right under $20, and the packaging. I think they could have done a little better job with the packaging. So for that reason, I'll give them an A. I have been really using this a lot. It's the Laura Geller Jelly Balm. The feel of this is a lot like my YSL lipstick that I have. And I just think this is amazing. It's so much more affordable than the YSL. Now, you don't have the fancy packaging. Some of you might like this better because it's lightweight and perfect for your purse. I don't like carrying something like the YSL in my purse, even though a lot of people would. They would want to use it and people to see it because it looks like jewelry. It really is amazing to look at. Their packaging is phenomenal. This is just plastic, but I still think it looks very modern, and it's great because of the weight, and the formula is just amazing. Now, she calls it a semi-shine. I think it's pretty shiny, and when I wear something like this, it eliminates lip gloss. This isn't sticky. It feels beautiful on the lips. So I have to say I've tried so many like this. The L'Oreal Paradise, there's just several out on the market that have this sort of hybrid of a tinted balm, a lipstick, and a gloss all in one. But Laura Geller really did a fabulous job on this formula. So I'm going to give it an S. I think it's one of the best out there. When I first came on YouTube 10 years ago now, a little over 10 years ago, It Cosmetics was all over the place. I just heard about it all the time. And now it seems like I hardly ever hear about the brand. And when I go in, say, an Ulta and look at their products, there's rarely anything new, at least in their stores. I know they are on other, TV channels and stuff where they talk about it. But as far as in-store, I rarely see anything new. So I was super excited when they came out with this It Sun Blush, and I ordered it on Amazon. Now this says glow with confidence. I like that because some glowy products just don't look great on my mature skin, especially if I'm working in the cheek area. It can get into my crow's feet, the texture I have here, and it just makes that whole part of my face, which is the center, that's what you're looking at a lot, just not look its best. So I was hopeful, and I'm telling you, it did a phenomenal job. This is very pigmented, much more than you would think. And actually, as you're seeing me apply it, I get too much on my brush and have to grab another brush to blend it out. But I am loving this. It's supposed to be a combination of a bronzer and a cream blush all in one. I love that concept, because you can use it in other parts of your face and it eliminates grabbing another product. I don't know the longevity on the entire product because I've only had it a short time. But if I wasn't trying blush and bronzers all the time, this would be one I would want to grab every day. I find myself wanting to reach for it because I love the look of it on my skin. I have tried so many cream blushes. I just did a whole video on ranking my blushes, so I try a lot. And out of the ones I've tried, I really feel, as far as especially for mature skin, this is one of the best. So I'm so excited for this company because we're just not hearing about them anymore. And I was almost scared something was happening with it because I just wasn't hearing much publicity or anyone talking about them on YouTube. But they're still doing great. And this product gets an S for me. I think it's one of the best. Let's talk about skincare. I've had this for quite a while. It's the Dermelect Esteem Beauty Sleep Serum. This serum I only wear maybe once a week, but I'm going to step it up because I really feel this does transform my skin and make it look better. This is meant to unclog your pores, which I do feel my pores look better after wearing it. It targets fine lines and age spots. I do have some age spots sort of from the sun in the cheek area. They're very faint, so I'm thinking using this even more than once a week, maybe twice a week, working it into my routine that way. I might be able to get rid of those. I've been using my red light from Omnilux that I purchased over a year ago, and it sat in a box for a year. And I've been using that regularly now, and I'm starting to see such a difference. And maybe using this in conjunction with that, I'll get the results I'm looking for. But this has antioxidants in it. I just think it's great. Now, it's so easy to apply. I won't put it on top of my makeup, but I do this on my clean face. I just press my hands together like this. I'll put it on top of my hands. And it sinks right in. That's one thing I like about this. I can go on top of this with a moisturizer. And that's one thing I brought back out too, my La Roche-Posay. This is a double repair face moisturizer. It is my tried and true moisturizer. This just works amazing. It has niacinamide in it, ceramides, and I just love the texture of it. It's not too thick, not too thin, and I can just moisturize with that right on top after it's dried down. So let's talk about the Dermelect first. It's a unique product. I don't see many products that give me such quick results. When you talk to your dermatologist, I've gone to the dermatologist my whole life because I've dealt with acne most of my life. They will say to you, give this 3 months. Or even make a checkup appointment. I'll see you in 3 months and we'll take a look at how you're doing. So most skincare takes quite a while to see results. But when I used this, even the first time, I felt like my skin looked brighter, just looked better. So for that reason, I'm going to give this an S as one of the best. Now let's rank the La Roche-Posay. As I said, I have used this for so long. When I broke out with a skin rash, which ended up being rosacea several years ago, I think it's been 4 years now, this was the brand that I bought, La Roche-Posay, because I knew I could trust it. I had been to the doctor, the dermatologist, over what was happening, and it was a reaction to dairy. I don't have any problem with the rosacea anymore now that I don't have dairy, but this is what I bought to calm my skin down. This whole line, the Toleriane line, I just went for the whole thing, and it just works so well. So I feel like I owe so much to La Roche-Posay for my skin calming down. So I have to give this an S. This is definitely one of the best moisturizers I've used in my whole life. This is the #1 viral eyeshadow on Amazon, and I totally understand why. It has such a beautiful finish, and it comes in 53 shades. They have the metallic, the pearl, the matte. I love their mattes. The mattes work beautifully in my eyes, and that's what I'm going to reorder, is a couple of the matte shades. They're just so beautiful. These blend easily. They look great on mature eyes. They have vitamin C and E in them. So with these skincare ingredients, what I'm looking for is not so much the skincare, but for blendability. And that makes these really go on the eyes so easily. It's such an easy look, a one and done for a lot of the shades. I've bought them before and just used one shade and that's it. And I've even used these as eyeliner. They work great for that. If your hands are shaky and it's hard for you to control a thin pencil, which I totally understand, you can take these and go right along the lash line. They come in beautiful brown. They even have black if you prefer that. The black and the brown are great for smoky looks too. So they just have so many options. This comes at a great price point too, so it's definitely one of my favorites. I think the packaging's excellent, the product's excellent, so I'm going to give it an S. I think it's one of the best out there. Now it's time to rate this pencil. I have to say I think this is one of the best too. I love that it has the sponge on the end if you need it, which is great for travel. Most of the time I use my brushes to blend. But if I'm traveling or I'm just wanting to get out the door quickly, I like that I have the option to just take that sponge and blend it and not have to grab another tool. I also like that they have some interesting shades. I think this turquoise is just a stunner. And it worked great with the top that I'm wearing today. So I have to say, L'Oreal did a great job with this product. It's one of my favorites of their line. I've used L'Oreal for so long, and I just think this is one of the best things they've come out with. So I have to give it an S because the packaging and the product is fantastic. You've heard me talk many times about these clean towels. I never sit at my makeup table without one, and I always have one next to my sink. It's just a great way to be hygienic. I hate washing makeup towels. I go through them so quickly that I would be running my washing machine all the time. Now, I tried a more affordable towel a few months back, and it works great. But I just love the size of these. When you're washing your face and taking off sunscreen like I am, look at the size. This covers from my forehead to my neck. That's amazing. The other towel I bought is about this small. Now, I use those when I'm just taking on and off lipstick and stuff like that, making videos. But for washing my face, I love the bigger towel. Now, I went ahead and bought the wooden box that you can store them in. I debated about that because these come in a paper box that you're able to dispense them from, but I wanted to sit it out on my counter. I've been reaching into a drawer all the time for them, and I thought if I buy a beautiful box, I have enough room on my counter to leave it out, and then it would be more convenient to get the towels. So I went ahead and bought the box. I'm happy I did. It comes with a full set of towels in it. At first, I thought, wow, that's a little pricey for that box. But when my daughter said to me, hey, Mom, you get towels with that too. It doesn't come as an empty box. Then I thought, hey, that's really worth it. Ranking the towel and the box, I have to give it an S. I just think these towels are amazing. They're hygienic. I've given this as gifts. I bought them for my daughters. They use them. I just think they're absolutely perfect. I am all about nails, and now that I'm retired, that is one of my favorite things because since I've been retired, my nails have been on fleek. I have not had hardly any days when I didn't have polish. I think at the beginning of the retirement, but now no more. But I still don't like spending a long time on my nails. One of my all-time favorite polishes, I've mentioned this before, is from Cure, and this is a concealer polish. So I use it as regular nail polish on my nails. As you can see, I just cut my nails down. I love to keep my nails short. It just makes it easier for me. I'm always doing housework. I also play piano, and I don't like the sound of nails clicking on the keys. So I really prefer to keep them short. I'm always working on the computer. So many of you, I'm sure, feel the same way. Now this has such beautiful luminosity to it. I have this in the beige and the pink. It comes in different shades. It is like an instant filter for your nails. I just love it. Now, it has optical brighteners in it, and that's what makes it look that way. To me, this looks like a French manicure. I remember just people going crazy over French manicures, and a lot of women still get them and love them so much. Well, this is like an instant French manicure because I can still see a little bit of my own nails underneath. I don't have discoloration in my nails, but Londontown, when you read the information about this product, it says it helps with those that have discoloration in their nails. I don't have that, so I can't speak to that. But I love this because I just put 2 coats on, and then I will put a quick dry on top because I have no patience for sitting and waiting for my nails to dry. This seems to me like it dries very fast. If I put on a thin coat, within around a minute or so, it's dry, but it's not a quick dry polish. So I usually put some type of quick dry oil or polish on top so I can move on with my day. But this is fantastic. There are very few products like this on the market. And so I am so happy that I found this. Some of you had even recommended it to me. So I thank you for that recommendation. I'm going to give it an S because just one French manicure would cost more than this does. This lasts for months and months. So I think it's a real money saver doing your own nails at home. And this is a top quality product. Some of you have mentioned how my hair looks a little different, and I think it's because of this product. It's the Aerogel. I was reading about this online and it sounded so interesting to me because it's supposed to be a combination gel and hairspray all in one. So I stopped using hair gel in my hair. I only have one other product in my hair that I'll talk about on another video. But this does give my hair so much more control than I have with a regular hairspray. Now I want to show you, look at how I can just move my hands through my hair. So it's not stiff at all, which I love. I hate feeling like I've got brick hair, and it never looks good like that. This makes my hair look very touchable. And so I think this is really unique. The price on it, I think, is pretty great for what you're getting. I'm going to order the full can. What I like is they have a smaller size so you can try it. I feel like I have tons of it left, even though I've used it a lot. So because this is such a unique product, I don't know of anything else on the market that's like this, that's a gel and a hairspray all in one. I think that's pretty special. So I'm going to give it an S. I really think this is unique. It's fabulous and it works really well. A couple of years ago, several viewers wrote me and said, you need to try Sara Happ, because I was talking about lip masks and they said, have you tried Sara Happ? It's my favorite. I put off ordering this for a long time because of the price. It is expensive. I think this is so much better than any lip mask I've ever tried. I rank this above Laneige. I know so many people love Laneige, and I do too. I have about every scent that they make. I am obsessed with their product. But this, look at my lips. This has a luminosity that you just don't get from any other lip mask. I just think this is so special. I've given it away as gifts. I'll probably gift it to my daughters again this year. I typically start buying holiday stuff around August, or even when they had Prime Day, I'll buy something that's on sale and put it away. Both of my daughters love wearing a lip mask, especially Danielle. She loves it. So this is one that I feel is standout. It lasts longer than any of them on my lips. When I wake up in the morning after wearing this, it's still on my lips, even after the paddle fan being on, the AC, everything that would dry out my lips, it's still there. And I can put this on like now. I have no lipstick on, just this. And I'm sure it would appear to many people that I'm either wearing lip gloss or a lipstick with a lip gloss on it because of the iridescence of it. I think it's just incredible. It lasts a long time. I mean, I use this a lot, and you see there's still tons of product in here. I bought this a few months ago, and even though I use it often, I am still trying other products out. It just never seems to go away. It seems to almost duplicate itself. So I think it's worth the splurge. Some products I don't feel are worth the splurge. It's better just to get something more affordable. But this is one that is very spa-like, very special, very high-end feeling. I have to give this an S because it's one of my all-time favorite balms. Concealers can be so tricky. I have tried hundreds of concealers, so I have a good place to refer to in my mind. And I went back and reordered this one because it'd been a long time since I tried the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. I remembered really liking it before. And I'm such a fan of Winky Lux. And I was wondering how similar they are. And I would have to say they're very similar. Now that I'm retrying this, I have found too, just like the Winky Lux, you use so little of this. And one thing I wanted to talk about is my jelly tool from Revlon. When I use this, I feel like I use so much less product. When I was done putting this in my under eyes, I had so much extra that I had to wipe it off. I just had no use for it. But this tool makes it so easy to spread in the under eyes. But this is such a great concealer. And I'm not hearing anyone talk about it anymore because it's been out a long time. And with this video, I wanted to pull in some of my old favorites and see if they were still favorites. And this one definitely is. I think you get beautiful coverage. Now, if you have super dark under eye circles, I don't. I have some discoloration for sure. You might need a color corrector and then this on top. I'm using just this alone because mine are sort of minor. I have other issues, but that's not one of them. So I feel this is fantastic. I think the packaging is great. The only problem with this is when I pump, sometimes I get a little too much, and there's really no way to control that. So I would have given it an S, that it's one of the best, but because of the packaging, because of me getting too much product out and then having to throw it away, I'm going to give this an A. Let me know in the comments which product was your favorite today, and I would love to hear you rank a product. Is there something you've tried recently that deserves an S, that's the best, or maybe an F, something you also want to throw in the trash because you just wouldn't even want to give it to someone else? I appreciate you all so much. Everything's linked in the description. Thank you for coming by and spending this time with me. I appreciate you more than you know. Have a blessed week, and I'll look forward to seeing you soon.